Welcome and thank you for joining me as I go through the week's movie and TV news. We have lots to discuss, including the casting of a brand new character in the Arrowverse, a reinvention of a classic tale for Netflix, and updates on movies just moving into development. Warner Bros. Pictures and DC Films are currently developing a movie that will centre around Superman's cousin, Kara Zor-El, also known as the Supergirl. 22 Jump Street writer Oren Uziel is being brought on to pen the script. Now, I watched 22 Jump Street a while ago when it was on TV, and to be honest, I was laughing my ass off at some of the scenes. So the writer can certainly write a decent comedy movie, but that's not what Supergirl is. Now, that's the worry I have. However, I looked into this writer and he's actually penned quite a few things since 22 Jump Street, such as Shimmer Lake, a crime thriller for Netflix that is told in reverse, and I have yet to watch that, so I'll give it a watch soon and tell you guys what I think. He also has completed screenplays for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and Mortal Kombat movie, so time will tell whether they are any good, but I'm keeping myself optimistic. He has been chosen for a lot of big projects, and Supergirl is a welcome addition. Another DC movie in production right now is Birds of Prey, and it has just come out that the Birds of Prey villain is going to be none other than the Black Mask. Margot Robbie is soon to reprise her role as Harley Quinn in the Birds of Prey movie, which is due to start production at the end of this year or at the start of next year. For those of you who don't know, the Birds of Prey is a superhero / villain team-up movie like Suicide Squad, and has a roster that previously included Barbara Gordon, aka Oracle, aka Batgirl, Black Canary, Huntress, Catwoman, Poison Ivy and Katana, who has already played a part in the Suicide Squad movie. The villain, Black Mask, is a brutally sadistic crime boss who's at the head of a gang called the False Face Society. He has a fixation with masks, which is probably why he's one of Batman's greatest foes. I am very much looking forward to seeing all these characters on the big screen. Time will tell whether they will actually cast Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. That will be very big news. And Warner Brothers / DC has a chance here to overtake Marvel with what they're doing and make a female-centric superheroine movie. I think that they'll get high acclaim for it if it's good. Hopefully they won't go down the Suicide Squad road. That was quite a low movie in my opinion. The costumes were great, and rightly so. It won an Oscar for it, but I think they need to work on the storytelling. I hope they make the Birds of Prey movie different in a story sense and in the casting sense as well. I'm expecting major surprises casting wise. Lately the casting has been pretty surprising yet quite accurate. For example, lately the casting has been quite surprising yet shockingly good. For example, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Now, everyone at first was saying she kind of looks the part, but she hasn't really had any really big acting roles. But in the movie Wonder Woman and it subsequently with Batman vs Superman and the Justice League, she now owns that role, and I couldn't be more proud. Next up is the new Nutcracker and the Four Realms trailer. Released on November the 2nd, the Nutcracker movie follows Clara as she searches for a key that will unlock a box given to her by her late mother. She finds the key but is transported into a parallel world where she encounters a soldier named Philip, a gang of mice, and the regents who preside over 3 realms: the land of snowflakes, the land of flowers, and the land of sweets. Clara and Philip must brave the ominous 4th realm, home to the tyrant Mother Ginger, played by Helen Mirren, to retrieve Clara's key and hopefully return harmony to the unstable world. Now, following the trailer, I have a couple of reservations about the movie which I'll get to right away. The movie itself looks a bit too much like Alice in Wonderland, and the voice Keira Knightley puts on sounds way too stupid.
Your mother created our world. Mother Ginger wants to rule the realms.
Other than that, the movie has talent both in front of and behind the camera. The sets look fantastic. They really did a great job with the sets and the different realms that they're presenting. And the costumes look really well. I won't be surprised if this was up for an Oscar next season. The story itself might sound a little complicated, but I'm sure every kid will sit down and love the visuals. Next, I have news that Ruby Rose has been cast as Batwoman in the Arrowverse. Now, there has been a lot of uproar following this announcement that she'll be playing Cassandra Cain, aka Batwoman. So much so that the actress herself has deleted her Twitter account following the abusive messages. Now, my opinion on the matter is this. If you disagree with a casting decision or any decision made about your preferred TV series or movie, then you have a right to voice your opinion. However, don't harass the actress. In fact, the decision probably rocked her world just as much as it rocked ours. But don't harass her to the end where she has to delete her Twitter account. In my opinion, this is not in the spirit of true DC and comic book fans everywhere. You know, you can disagree with a casting choice, but don't harass someone for merely playing the part. It's really childish and not in the greatest spirit. Be more accepting and optimistic like I am. Sure, I mean, I've seen Ruby Rose in John Wick Chapter 2 and Orange is the New Black, and to be honest, she was good. She played the part well. She wasn't given that much to expand on, but she is getting better roles. I mean, she's in The Meg, which has just been recently released. You know, she's getting bigger roles, and to see her, you know, facing this role, yeah, it does kind of it does kind of expand her acting expertise as well. She needs to bring it, and you know what? I'm quite optimistic that she will. She's a very strong woman, and I'm looking forward to it. Next up, Idris Elba has been talking about reinventing the classic tale, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He has called it a privilege to have a significant part in reinventing the classic tale, and he told Empire magazine that the Netflix movie is probably the most daunting task he's ever worked on so far. But he is ready to take the challenge. The movie will be Idris Elba's second directorial feature following Yardi, and he is also set to star in the film. Now, I am currently on the fence about this because he called the film a reinvention. I would like a little more expanding on that, because right now I'm reading the actual book, and as you'd expect, it's pretty dramatic and dark, just the way I like it. Also, I hope he's not thinking of starring as the Hunchback himself. No offence to him, he's a terrific actor, but I don't see him as taking the title role. I see him more as a Phoebus, you know, the strapping horse, the strapping knight. Or if he really wants to stretch out his acting abilities, then I'd say he could eye Frollo. I have thought often about what I would do if I was directing a feature, and I agree with Idris when he says that a tale such as this one is greatly needed, especially in this day and age. Lastly, we have another trailer for you guys, Slaughterhouse Rules. It's a new horror comedy movie starring Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. The film is set within the walls of a British boarding school aptly named Slaughterhouse. Everything changes for the students and staff when a fracking company uncover a sinkhole in the forest that surrounds the school, and with monsters spewing out the hole, it's up to the people trapped inside the walls of the school to save it. The film opens on Halloween in the UK. I'm a big fan of everything Nick Frost and Simon Pegg does, and if it's anything like Shaun of the Dead, then it's a definite must-see movie. We have two brand new releases this week. They are Equalizer 2 and The Darkest Minds. Equalizer 2 stars Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal and Bill Pullman. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, the film follows ex-intelligence agent Robert McCall as he sets out on a path of revenge after one of his friends is killed. It's the fourth collaboration between Denzel Washington and Fuqua after The Training Day, Equalizer 1 and Magnificent Seven, and this movie proves just as action-packed as its predecessors. I watched the first Equalizer quite some time ago, and I was surprised that they were able to get in as much action and as much great scenes in it with such a low budget as well. I thought it was very impressive from Fuqua, while also it had an epic soundtrack. I believe this edition will be just as entertaining as the last. The Darkest Minds is a scientific thriller starring Amanda Leigh, Mandy Moore and Gwendolyn Christie. It follows a group of teenagers as they run from government agencies when they mysteriously gain superpowers. Now, when I saw the trailer, unfortunately it looked like every other young adult adaptation you'd see, such as Maze Runner and Hunger Games. Young adult adaptations were popular a few years ago, and with the last Maze Runner movie fizzling out earlier this year, this Darkest Minds movie is a little late to the party. The younger audience is moving on to bigger and better things, while this movie tends to slip into the past without offering anything new. If you want to avoid the rain and the downpours this autumn while also turning your brain off for a couple hours, then I suggest this movie. Thank you for joining me for another roundup of movie and TV news. I hope you've enjoyed it. Later on this week I won't be posting a review, but I will be posting a movie pitch that I'm going to do for you guys. I'll be making a movie pitch once a month for the foreseeable future, and I hope you guys at home comment and let me know what you think of my ideas, while sharing your own thoughts and ideas about this topic. I can't wait to get started, and I hope I see you commenting real soon. Thank you.